So this is a summary of how our 2023 went. As a reminder, we're targeting 5 million in our net worth to retire in less than 2 years. So this is the 2024 net worth breakdown. Our taxable accounts have increased by 400k-ish. The house has actually appreciated by another 40. The cars have depreciated, but they're pretty old, so not by a lot. And the retirement accounts have also appreciated by 250k, which brings our total gain of net worth to 740k. So these are our expenses. So let's start one by one. So home, about 2/3 of this value is property tax, and the rest are repairs we had to do. So these are repairs and not improvements, just things broke down and still breaking down. We have to fix them. Food is pretty comparable to last year, but if I compare it to about 2 years ago, I see about a 30% increase. Health, this is us reaching our out-of-pocket maximum, in addition to some things not covered by insurance. Utilities is comparable to last year. Restaurant is a bit higher, so that's something we will need to take a look at. We have been eating out a little more this year. We need to scale that back down. Shopping, pretty okay, normal, I should say. We had a couple of big expensive this year, a few computers for the kids, a few phones, so that counts to about 5k out of that. The rest are pretty normal. The kids grow up, need new clothes, shoes, etc. Entertainment, this is a little high, but this is us traveling a lot this year, which incurred some additional entertainment for us as we travel. Transportation, a lot of it is fuel related, but not just. We had a few big repairs this year that involved us. One of the cars needed a 6k repair, the other one was a 3k repair. So these are pretty big. We will be looking to replace one of the cars in about 2 or 3 years. For example, the car that had the 6k repair on it is only worth about 14k this time, and which means by the next time that has a big sort of maintenance need, we're probably going to replace it. Internet, pretty standard. Insurance, it was a rate hike across the country, but also where we live. So this doesn't count for it because the rate hike was done mid-year. But it was going to be the new reality. Unfortunately, insurance is going to skyrocket, especially now with the California wildfires in effect as we speak. Childcare, pretty standard for us, pretty high in general, I would say. But one of the kids is their last year in private school, so this is going to come down significantly. But other than that, summer camps, after school care, etc., etc. Travel, we went over budget this year. We traveled about 2 months out of the year. We wanted to see how slow travel works with the kids. Plus, we had some unexpected trips that we needed to take for family reasons. So it's quite high. We don't expect it to be this high. If today we would have been retired, this travel would not be acceptable. So we would have to, when we do our trip planning, we'll have to take that into account. But our expected travel budget in retirement is 30k, which is quite enough for us for traveling about 6 months out of the 6 weeks out of the year until the kids are out of school. And pet, this is a new one for us. The pet had some health complications as well as boarding while we're traveling. So, like I mentioned, 2 months of travel. It means 2 months of boarding for the pet. It's not something that's part of the fire budget, because we don't plan to have a pet after this. This pet is just for the kids while they're young, but after that, no longer with us until they pass away. So it's something we need to mindful, but it's not a recurring expense. It is gonna be reduced eventually, which has brought our total expenses this year to be 220, a lot above the mark of under 200 that we're planning for retirement, which means we need to, well, we know what is going on, a lot of travel, a lot of these sorts of things that we knew were going to be over budget, but we're still working, so we can afford that. But yeah, we have about 1 year left until we're expected to retire. So we do need to start reining in some of these expenses. So because we had large expenses this year, our saving rate is below our target. We're not too concerned, because we're nearing the end of our fire journey until we reach our RE stage. So it is going down, but since we have so much capital, it's working for us, and the taxes for long-term capital gains are reasonable. So we plan on continuing this sort of trajectory going forward.